Hey, Johnny Mosley here from Peter Glenn Ski and Sports. Just chilling with all my friends on the lake. We're wakeboarding. And this is the Hyperlite State 2.0, okay? So 2.0 is in reference to, this is the second version of this board. And I tested the first version as well, and it's awesome. I actually own it. And it's the wakeboard I use the most. So what we're talking about here, Hyperlite obviously invented this game, right? They have been at this for so long. They know all the little like nuance to make a board really perform well. One of the major things that's disruptive about this board that you don't see anywhere else is the toe side edge is shorter than the heel side edge, okay? So it's not asymmetric, but what that allows you to do is if you've ever been carving on a toe side edge or a heel side edge, you'll notice that when you go out of the wake and you want to lay on your heel side edge, because that's how you're going to gain all that energy, tighten the rope to get speed into the wake, because speed is your friend, that's how you catch air. You'll notice it's pretty easy to actually get your heel side to dig in, right? The toe side is a little bit more difficult. The toe side, you can get a nice carve, but it's hard to get that thing to really stop, especially if you're a beginner or intermediate. So when they shorten the toe side, it makes a big difference. It allows you to get deeper into the toe side turn, and it doesn't require as much force. It's a little less awkward. That's what I meant to say. It's less awkward. Okay, so that's the first thing. It's kind of a cool technology that I enjoy. The other thing is they call this abrupt continuous rocker. So that's kind of like the flex of the board, the shape of the board. When you start to get into boards that are going to have some more aggressive characteristics, like you want to have a little more abrupt rocker at the tip and the tail, because when you hit the wave and you ollie, it's going to give you a little more pop, okay? Problem with too much abrupt rocker is that you sacrifice some of that carving ability to get speed into the wake, okay? So this is kind of a balance between the continuous rocker and abrupt rocker. So a balance between speed and pop, okay? That's what they call it here. This is a 140 size, which I'm 5'11". It's a good size. You could even go a little bit smaller. I tend to like my boards a little bit smaller. Just, you know, I don't need all that surface area. It makes it a little bit dodgier if you're going super huge, because you don't have a big platform to sort of like make up for if you're forward or back, but it does make tricks easier. And then this BioLite core is a key Hyperlite signature feature. It's sort of the industry standard now, but it makes it stiff and light, and the way they layer the glass in, the fiberglass, it keeps its pop for years to come. So at least a few years if you're using it hard. Okay, it comes with this great binding. One note on the binding, this is called the Remix Money binding. You know, it works great. It's got all the padding you need. This is a 10 to 14 size. It was a little too big for me. I'm like an 8.5. So I was still able to at least feel secure in the binding, but I would definitely go down to the next size down. So, you know, in my opinion, you want to be air to the smaller side of the binding, okay? Don't think, I'll get a big binding so all my friends can fit in it too. You'll regret that, especially if you're going, you know, into a board of this caliber. Get a binding that's snug to your foot and let your friends deal with it, okay? If they got too big a foot, tell them to take a hike. Tell them to use that the old board from like 5 years ago. That's what I do. I'm like, you're gonna rip my boot, dude. You got big foot. It's a little bit of a problem though, because my son has like a 10.5, so he can't use my boards anymore. I'm like, you're out, get your own board. All right, Johnny Mosley here. That's the Hyperlite State 2.0. Hope you have a great time on the water with your teenage brats and whoever you like to get out there with. All right, peterglenn.com is where you get it. Get the gear before you go. Go in the shop and say hello. Cheers.